All right. Sometimes you get to a lull in your creativity. You don't have much drive, or you have artist block, or something to that effect. And when you do, a good idea is to go to a book, look up um, art books, find you some online. I just picked this book up off my shelf. I've had it for a while. I've been through it a few times and looked at it, and it's always got some good stuff in it. It is done by Kathy Johnson, and it's called Artist Journal Workshop: Creating Your Life in Words and Pictures. And it is a excellent book. It's full of beautiful illustrations about various things, and I didn't get very far through the book before I came across the try this, draw a journal map. And I liked the idea a lot, and it gave me a little inspiration. So I'm going to give it a try. I read this and looked at the pictures, of course. What I'm going to do is not going to necessarily look like this at all, but it was just kind of a starting point. So get out your sketchbooks and you can draw along with me.
Welcome to the art project. I got out my sketchbook and some colored markers, and I just went at it. The book that I used for inspiration said that I should do a map of my journal plans, what I plan on getting out of the journal and so on. I more or less made an abstract map of my life as of right now. I added all sorts of tangly lines because I've got so much stuff going on in my life. And I added water. Essentially, I looked up a map online and got some different elements off of it. You know, bodies of water, roads, mountains, trees, that sort of thing. And I just incorporated those into my map. I left some spaces where I thought some words might go occasionally, and then after I started putting the words in, I realized I didn't really leave enough space in some places, so I kind of disregarded the need for spaces and just kept writing whatever I wanted to write. This little compass I drew at the top, I eventually didn't like and made a new one. You'll see that later on in the video. And so I just kept adding things. Another thing I did to make it look a little bit more mysterious is, instead of using all English words, I incorporated, I don't know, little characteristics of either Spanish or French into it too. So some of the words are not, some of the words are just not English. I ended up trying to kind of like weather the map, or make it look more like parchment. So I dipped some paper towel in coffee and then laid it over the book. And I've had a lot of success with this before, but I think in this particular case, the paper sort of resisted the coffee. So I ended up having to go back later on and paint some more coffee onto it and just give it more layers, which I think was good anyway, because it made it more random in texture and all, and instead of just like the same coffee all over. I continued to build up different ideas. I wasn't real particular, you know. I wanted to have fun, and I wanted to you know, just, I don't know, mellow out for a little while and draw in my sketchbook. So I wasn't, you know, like, everything didn't have to be perfect. It's okay if things aren't perfect. It's a hand-drawn map, so I kept that in there. Even this compass that I redid, I made some mistakes, but I didn't try and cover those mistakes up. I then I used some little stick glue to stick it down. Then I drew the lines that you see over a map. If I could go back and do anything different, I wish I had left spaces around the edge for a border. But anyway, there's my map, such that it is. Again, it was just, I needed to do something. I needed the therapy, if you will. And so this is the map I made. I invite you to make your own map. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make a map of your own life, of your own journal, or whatever it is that you want to do. This is completely all make-believe, and it was fun. So y'all get out there and make some art. Find a good book to read.